Lawrence Homebrew coming at ya. What do we got today? We've got the Florida Cracker White Ale from Cigar City. This is a, as they say, Belgian style white ale, which is a Witbier. It's a 5.0 ABV and 18 IBUs. And it's got a fun story, so I'm going to go through it. I apologize, but Florida is the United States' oldest cattle raising state. The Cracker Cowboys of Florida were colonial-era settlers, often of Scottish and Irish descent, who arrived in Florida when Spain traded their territory of La Florida to the English. The term cracker in Florida usage relates to the whip these cow hunters used to herd cattle in Florida's Palmetto Prairies. So I did some light tumbling on this one and then let it kind of settle back down just to make sure that I got it mixed up. I didn't want to go with a thin, tall Pilsner glass, which is a good glass to use for this. So I went with a little wider one. This is a big, huge, wonderful glass sent to me by Jason Davies. So we're going to go ahead and get the pour. Want to get all the goodies out, but I don't want to be real aggressive here. All right. Well, kind of what I expected. You know, if I'd had a thinner glass, I'd have had problems. Pull it back so you can really see. And here you can kind of see some of the color. You know, we've got the nice full 3-finger head. This is made with unmalted wheat, orange peel, and coriander, typical. Fermented with French Saison yeast strain, so should be interesting. And you can see this is a, wow, it's a really nice, like a light hay, golden, like a straw color. Very effervescent, a lot of bubbles coming up. Really white head, pillowy. You know, really nice, really nice. All right, let's get a nose on this one. Oh yeah, very, very typical in some senses. Well, maybe atypical. It's very much has a little bit of a funk. It's got a lot of lemon, but it's got a little bit of funk and kind of a little bit of a hay grass aroma to it. But I definitely get some like the orange peel aroma coming off it and a little bit of coriander as well. Barely a hint of any of that orange peel. Barely there. A lot more of the citrus on the lemon side of it, quite frankly. And that's coming from the yeast strain that we're really pulling that up. And it's a nice, you do get that wheat aroma, but you do get a light hay grass. I don't know if it's really funk, but definitely a light hay grass on that. But you get that, yeah, that Belgian yeast kind of aroma. You certainly do. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get a taste on this one. Oh, wow. What's interesting that I almost picked up was just the lightest hint of banana in there. Interesting, yeah. Well, for all these flavors going on, it's pretty clean taste, kind of crisp, nice lively bubbles going on in there, so it's well carbonated, very refreshing. This beer has almost the slightest hint, just a small hint of that bubblegum type flavor, really low. Really, this is more background flavor. A lot more of that citrus, the lemon. You get that, you know, a little bit of that hay grass, you know, that Belgian yeast flavor for sure comes through real strong. Just a hint of the coriander and spice, not really very strong. Just the slightest hint of the orange peel again. It's there, not very strong. Really very refreshing though. Really, actually, really easy drinking, pleasant taste though. You just get some nice sweet flavor coming off that. You can definitely tell that there's wheat in it, you know, so that it's a wheat ale or wheat beer in this case. And that's really definitely there. But I like the effects of that French Saison yeast strain. That's really nice with this. Yeah, I'm thinking that maybe the French Saison yeast strain is a little more mild, less of the banana than you get with the Belgian Saison yeast. And actually, it's really pleasing to the palate. Really, really easy drinking on it. I would love to have had a bit more, though, of some of that orange peel, which I just think is, and a little more of the coriander, which I just think is classic to the beer. I mean, it's in there, but it's very light. I would have loved to have had a little more presence of that on the beer. It's kind of nice when I let it sit on my tongue, kind of smack on it. I cut that out so you don't have to listen to it. But as I let it sit on my tongue, I get more of that wheat flavor, you know, those nice wheat flavors coming through. Almost feel like I got just the slightest hint of clove, but I mean, I might be imagining that, but it almost felt like it. Yeah, there's some very light spice in the background, but again, it's so light. It's so subtle. It's really hard to pick up. Wow, this is just a really nice drinking beer. I mean, it's almost gone. I'm kind of sad. I could have had a couple of these. Very, very sessionable at 5% ABV. What a great beer to have in the summer on a hot day and sit back and drop several of them. I mean, this would be totally something I would pick up with family and have. It's really good. It really, truly is good. You know, all those flavors that you can typically get, none of them are overstated. It's very much a wheat beer. Those other flavors that are just light, and for my guests that aren't quite into the stronger taste like I am, they would probably just really love this. To them it would be unique, but they'd probably still love this. Wow. Okay, so that leads me right into rating. For style, all right. It kind of meets the style, and it's kind of a little off on the style, quite frankly. So in that sense, if I was judging strictly on the style, I couldn't rate it quite as high. I think for style, though, and it might be because I think it tastes so good, I might be edging it up. But I'm going to give it a 90 on the style. But for overall, on this style of beer, my personal taste and things, something that I can session really nicely, I've got to rate this one up. I really do. I think this is a fantastic beer. I'm giving it a 94 on my overall. What a wonderful beer. That puts it in the high excellent category. Really something else. I'm going to enjoy the last of this off camera. And here it is. You might want to look for this one. You can buy this online. This is the Florida Cracker White Ale. It's a wit beer from Cigar City. And this is Kevin from Clements Homebrew saying, life's too short to drink cheap beer, and I will see you in the next beer review.